It's always an unfortunate injury when somebody breaks their arm wrestling, and it sucks because I think it discourages new people from getting into the sport. But I think people should realize that if you're doing it safely, there will not be an injury. So I want to share my thoughts as an arm wrestler on arm breaks, because if you didn't know, Larry Wheels ended up posting a video of him training, and he ended up breaking someone's arm. So let's take a look at this, and well, let's explain kind of what went wrong and how to prevent this from happening. So, and one thing with beginners, you always see beginners in arm wrestling just trying to press down and just go for a press immediately instead of pulling. When you think of arm wrestling, experienced arm wrestlers will call it pulling, because you're pulling back instead of just pressing down. But beginners always are so concerned about just going to the side, so you see them trying to press more often than not. So that's what this guy is doing right here. Let's take a look. He has no arm wrestling experience. He's going for a press.
Pull this way.
Adam starts giving some advice to pull back, because it's much safer to pull back than go to the side. And going to the side and not looking at your arm is the exact way that you break your arm. But right as Adam gives the advice there, Larry goes for a slight surge. It wasn't anything crazy, but he goes for a slight surge. You heard the pop noise. The arm popped. Larry is in complete shock. The other dude is screaming.
Are you kidding me? What the fuck? You can't be serious.
And Larry is in a state of shock. I know what that's like. Being in the unfortunate situation of breaking arms is not a good feeling, especially when you're trying to prevent them from doing it. In my case, when it happened, I was holding them center table and just applying some back pressure. It's even just a minor movement, and they'll break their own arm just considering that they're committing so hard with that spiral pressure where they're not looking at their arm. That's really the position where they're going to break their arm. And, it's an unfortunate thing. And let's read some of the comments from a lot of arm wrestlers and just casual fans or people who don't know what's going on, what they reacted to this. Kevin Palco said, I knew it before the video even started. Yeah, it's when I see beginners in videos, I see them starting to turn away or get in dangerous press positions. I already know that's not good. That's not good. Especially as a beginner, you want to learn how to stay safe more than anything else first. Inexperienced, bone density not fully prepared for the awkward pressure that will be put. Yeah, good point. I'm not going to read that whole comment, but some good stuff there. Arm breaks can unfortunately happen. Yeah, it happens. Levon Sagnashvili said, oh my gosh, exclamation, 10 times, and shocked face. We got Devin Larrett says, test your frame. That was his response to Larry Wheels breaking someone's arm. Gabriel Young, was a shocking day. Hoping more people outside our sport get to learn proper form to prevent this in the future. Absolutely. That happened so fast. The muscles didn't match the bones, tendons. Yeah, you don't want to be pulling and trying to press, and then when somebody surges and your response to them hitting is doubling down by turning, it's not good. Number one tip of advice that I always tell beginners is always look at your arm and pull back. Do not even worry about going to the side whatsoever. Don't worry about going to the side, trying to pin, but instead try and bring it close to you. Get it to where it's so close, you're in tight so much that all you have to do is just go down, and it's easy instead of just trying to worry about going to the side so much. Let's read a couple more comments here. Change in directions of force from him and going from full tension to another full tension, not conditioned. Pressures that are abnormal and dangerous. Yeah, you have to be conditioned if you're going to go into a press, but it's really knowing how to press safely and knowing when the other person is so strong. You need to protect yourself and not turn away from your arm, and especially don't surge when you're not even looking at your arm is what you do not want to do. Somebody said, everything you touch vanished. It's the curse of Larry Wheels. A lot of people have been injured just training with Larry Wheels. If you guys remember the pec tear from that British bodybuilder, tore his pec in a gruesome injury training with Larry Wheels. The Larry Wheels curse, apparently. Somebody said, nah, bro breaks anything he touches. Greg Doucette, too strong for their own bodies. Sad to see, as of course no one wants this to happen. Part of the sport. The Larry Wheels curse. I didn't even know Greg Doucette knew arm wrestling existed, but okay. So moral of the story is, as a beginner, you want to pull back. You want to stay in tight. You don't want to worry about going to the side, especially not turning away from your body in a position where it's not anatomically sound and you're going to snap your shit, and it's highly likely it doesn't take that much pressure when you're in an ugly position like that to break it if someone's going to surge, or if you're going to try and surge and you're in an ugly position. So always, as a beginner, pull backwards and stay safe, guys. What are your thoughts on this? Leave a comment in the comment section.